Can you hear me now? Okay. So we'll do it without. I was going to do it with my lavalier mic, but we'll do it without. I'm just going to put this back in the case so I don't lose it. Thanks, Daddy. Like I said, I'm prepping a happy Thanksgiving to my Canadian friends. I'll say a happy early Thanksgiving to American friends, but that's not for a month or so yet. I am prepping turkey dinner. I have my kids and some friends for dinner, so I'm going to start by finishing my stuffing. I might grab the bigger. Actually, no. What do you do? Throw it in the lid of my roaster. That way I can mix it up good. Get the butter out. It's not quite melted. We'll give it another minute. So it's almost a whole loaf of bread. The turkey I got is 8.69 kilograms, which is 19.1 pounds. It's going to be quite the size bird. When I do throw in my stuffing, I've chopped up a small onion. So throw onion in. I throw some sage in. It's called rubbed sage, but it's just kind of the flakier stuff instead of the powder. I'm picky. I don't throw a whole lot of stuff into my stuffing. I just do it the way my mom did it. That's the way I like it. If you do see movement in the background, my son's girlfriend is decorating for Halloween, and my son is baking apple pies. I still got one in the oven. They'll come out before I put the turkey in. I can turn this down a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. There we go. So I got my not potatoes. That's later. My bread, some sage, some onion. Got some pepper. We just do the loose pepper from our little pepper pot. And we have a salt one as well. Actually, still the kosher. I think I'll put some pink Himalayan salt in there. All right, that should be plenty. Mix it around a bit. I melted about, let's put 3/4 a cup of butter. Mix that in. I got a lot of it ready yesterday, set aside. But we're gonna clean the bird out here. Big piece of sage there. I don't want too much butter in there because I really don't want it soggy because you're just going to get the juices from the turkey as well. That should be good. Cut the end of it because sometimes the bird doesn't always come to the skin doesn't always meet. One more thing I need to do before I get my hands yucky in the bird is I need my skewers. need to buy more spears. For some reason they go missing. I usually know how many I use to hold the stuffing in the bird. Alright. We got one that's stuck in. There we go. I'm going to take out the thermometer because I need that later. Don't want to mess around with my hands in the drawer there with the after the turkey. So we got 4 of them. There, we'll see how many we need. My son picked up this turkey on Monday. I took it out of the freezer Wednesday. This is Monday, so it should be thawed. It's been sitting in the fridge. Bellwood Poultry Limited since 1962. It is definitely Canadian raised. Ugh. Just trying to get it in the plastic here without cutting the skin on the bird. Looks pretty good. See, I didn't pay attention to. This is called a utility turkey. And utility turkeys usually have some kind of flaw. I just noticed this guy's missing a wing. Oh well. No, a lot of us eat the wing anyways. Got the other wing. It's got 2 legs. Trying to get the legs over there. Oh, we got the neck. Still a little frozen in there. I'm going to put that in a little pot. We're going to get anything else besides the neck. Sometimes you get organs in there, but doesn't feel like it. Okay. If there isn't any organs in there, we'll just use the neck and take some of this fat out of the inside. That feels mostly clean. See if there's anything hiding in the other end. Just a lot of fat. My goodness. Let's give it some rinse with some cool water. Yeah, this one doesn't seem to have any of the organs, usually the heart or the liver or something like that in there. There's a few pieces of ice, but not bad. Get it rinsed out. What I usually do is I have a little saucepan, get the neck in there. I just put, if they have the organs, to put that in there too. Put some water on it. And I don't necessarily cook it, but I put it over the vent, the back vent of the stove, and there's enough heat that comes out there that kind of cooks it. And what I do with that water is I use that for my gravy. Now, I'm gonna get this guy dried off and stuffed. And he's going to sit awkwardly because he's a little disabled. And I'm just going to grab a clean towel, get right back. I meant to get some paper towels, but I can turn this up just a wee bit here so you can see it. You can still see the turkey, and I can see you guys seeing the bottom of my head. So, yeah, I meant to grab paper towels, and I forgot. I meant to get some nice napkins. Forgot to do that too. Oh well. Get them all dried off, because otherwise the butter's not going to stick to them. So, I thought I got lucky. I didn't have any pin feathers, but there are a few. Not too many. It's just nice. There's a few on the back of the legs here. There's one there. Pin feathers just like from where the down is or whatever underneath there. I'm gonna reach in here and dry the inside. What time have we got here? 12:13. I gotta wait till the other pie comes out, which is in 16 minutes. I'm gonna put the turkey in. I want him in by 1 because it's gonna take 4 to 5 hours to cook. So, we got that side mostly dry. Get the side dry. And the other end dry. Because start usually with the back end, which is actually the front end of the turkey. Look where the neck came off of here. So we start by stuffing this in. Got my skewers handy. Pin that over there. See how much we can get in there. Sometimes I leave a lot of skin here, and sometimes I don't. This one, not so much. And I don't like to pack it too tight. The skewers are hooking up. That's kind of disgusting. I've got 2 on this end, and then I'll have 2 for the other end. Stick that spoon under there, hopefully keep it from rolling. And then we're going to stick what we can in the other end. And what doesn't fit in here, then I usually end up putting in a little foil pouch, hook it in there at the same time. Anybody there like stuffing? Let's stick that back up there. We'll have to do a little pouch. I know there's not many out there because probably a lot of you up here in the US are working today. Canadians are probably, maybe they're prepping their dinner if they didn't have it yesterday. I was going to have it yesterday, but my youngest son, who lives here, was working from 4 till 11. So I got as much as I can in that. I'll just stuff the crust in there. That'll hold it in. Guess I don't need those 2 skewers. This don't need that towel anymore. What I am going to need is some foil, so I'm going to have to wash my hands quickly for a second. So you're watching this on #replay. Today is Canadian Thanksgiving, and I'm preparing my Thanksgiving dinner for my kids and a couple of friends, I think. I know one of them invited a friend. Not sure if my adopted son is coming or not. Haven't heard. I'm just looking for foil. I'm just going to make a little pouch, put the extra dressing in. I just throw that in. Usually later, but I need to get it out of the lid of the roasting pan. So I put in salt, pepper, sage, some onion, some melted butter. Now I got butter all over my hands and butter fingers. Let's see. What are you up to today, Danny? Anything? Still here or not? Danny's one of my moderators. He's got a pouch of the extra stuffing. I've already put my cranberry sauce. I use canned cranberry sauce. I've already put it in the bowl I usually serve it in. I have a, let's see, I don't know if you can see it or not. Nope, I'm in the way. I have a thing on the stove of, corn. My corn flour blue Corningware with corn ready to go. So it'll just go in the microwave. Not up to nothing. And we'll see. The rack in there. You lift the bird in. I have a little rack, but I might have to put it one side just to keep this guy standing up. The other thing is, will the lid fit? Not quite. That's the only thing with big birds. Question, was the lid fit on the turkey? I don't know. Might have to put some foil over it. Now we put some salt and pepper. I don't need sage anymore. I took the sage out of there yesterday. Somebody put something else in there. Oh, well, put the sage up there. Yeah, more spices up in this cupboard. I'm gonna put some butter on top of them. Covered here, doesn't want to stay closed. I'll just take some butter that isn't cold. Some butter. Has anybody seen the thing online where they take foil and they put looks like a bathing suit bottom here by the legs and then like a bikini top? So it was roasting, instead of getting all brown all over, it looks like it has a bathing suit on. It's kind of funny, but I like I'm not gonna waste the skin. I like the skin. It's brown and crispy. Some hot water and the butter off my fingers. Let the butter get hot, so it melts the butter off my fingers. Maybe a little Dawn. Not sponsored. Dawn cut the grease. There we go. I want to have clean hands before I stick them in the salt and pepper cellars. There we go. I got some cute towels too for Thanksgiving, but I'm not putting them out yet till after I get everything prepped. Got them all buttered up. I'm gonna take some salt, just sprinkle it around. One of these people is big into put the butter under the skin, or they put herbs and stuff under the skin. Nah. Some butter, some salt and pepper. I'm not fancy. I'm not fancy folk here. Just like good food. Pepper's gonna make me sneeze though. Okay. So we got most Bertle stuff. We got butter and salt and pepper on the top. This mostly fits, so I'm just gonna put it like that. It'll cook down a bit. My son's got this real cool, meat thermometer. Open it up, shows you the thing, you stick it in. Or it comes with, if you wanted to, it comes with a cable with a probe, and you can stick that right in the bird, and it plugs into here, and you set the temperature. And when it reaches that temperature, it beeps and goes off. Or it beeps and tells you it's time to take it off or turn it off. Sorry, just cooking. Just kicking my towels and down the laundry chute. Okay. The turkey's ready. Oh. Yeah, that's 8.69 kilograms. Oops. So there, I did the conversion on my phone, 19.1 pounds. It's one of the biggest birds we've had in a while. Well, I'll see if I can show you. There's the apple pie that just came out of the oven. It smells so good. And then I'll go over here. Here's the pumpkin pie I made last night. He's got one more pie, apple pie, in the oven that has a crumble topping on it. Since we had an extra pie crust thing, we used to package stuff. We were lazy. So, it's 12. It's almost 12:30. You hear that noise in the background? That's our alarm sirens. They get tested every Monday around 12:30. That's for like they used to use for air raid, but now for like bad weather or if there's a danger in one of the plants or something. Those will go off. So I've got potatoes and carrots to peel. I also have a few dishes here to do. I think we'll do these few dishes first, because I probably need the bowls. Try not to make too much noise. Shouldn't take too long. like I said, I forgot lapels or napkins, and I can't go out to get them today because my aunt has her car. Actually, she let her granddaughter and her boyfriend use it to go out to county fair. There's a little town outside of Sarnia here that's called Brigden, and they kind of have the big granddaddy of all fairs in the county fairs. It's usually the last one of all the fairs, and it's on this weekend. I haven't gone in. I don't think I've gone since my kids were little. You know, you kind of figure it out when you got kids, and it's more of a money grab. Like I like touring through the buildings and seeing all the wares that people have or the things they made to compete with, baking or sewing or craft or whatever. That kind of stuff I like, but not much for the rides. I don't play the games because they're just a big money grab. Even the rides are nowadays, because I looked up at how much for 18 tickets. It was $20-something, and every ride is like 4 or 5 tickets. So you pay the money for the games to knock down the bottles or get the basketball on the thing or the ring on the thing, and it's like, well, here you get those tiny prizes the size of like one of those cruise ducks. And, oh, you want a bigger one? Well, and then you gotta pay more and play more. And, yeah, I was lucky my kids figured it out that was just a waste of money. Well, there we go. And they like the kiddie rides. They weren't big on the other rides. I think my oldest went out to the Brigden Fair a few years ago. And then there's some vendors that usually have some pumpkins or apples for sale. Then you can go to the barns where 4-H are competing, showing off their cows or whatever. Uh-oh. Sounds like pie's done. Maybe he's not hearing that. Give me a second to grab my hands. Oh. I need another cooling rack. Oven mitts. And there's the other one with the crumble topping on it. A pie for days. Okay, so 12:30. Bird is going in. Oh, 12:30? Yep. Let me just double check something here. Oh, on my phone. Hello, Makeup Mom and Son. Happy Thanksgiving. I was just going to look up here, double check the temperature. Now I'm going to see the garbage truck or the recycle truck. Hopefully it's a recycle truck, because for some reason we're down to 2 bins. And I took recycling out last night, and it's stacked up pretty high. We got a couple more recycling things to go out, but we'll do that later. I am looking. 350. Yep, that's what we're at. 350. Yep. You think I know after all these years doing turkeys? We've got cutting board, one more bowl, and then we're gonna start on the potatoes. And hey, Busby, how's it going? Thanksgiving dinner here. Let's put the turkey in the oven. We got 3 pies made. A couple apple pies and a pumpkin pie. I have a turkey that's 19 pounds in the oven. It's going to take 4 to 5 hours to cook. I'm going to peel some potatoes, peel some carrots. It smelled, it was probably the pie, the apple pies that just came out. They're over there. The 2 apple pies and then the pumpkin pies over on top of the freezer. Move this over a little bit. Now yours is in November. I will be in Michigan for American Thanksgiving, so I'm also going to be in Michigan for Christmas Eve, different place. So I'm just going to try to figure out. I'm going to do peeling potatoes and stuff here, or like sit down and. I might have to find an extension cord for the plug. If I have one up here, I may not. I'll just block everybody. Don't have to. It won't be able to come through unless I find the extension cord. I have enough cord on the Wi-Fi. I just don't know. Sorry, trying to shake you up. I have enough cord here. Wish I had a plug that was closer. Will it work in this one? Oh, it does. Aha! We have ways of making it work. Just gonna move a few things around on the table. Maybe the pies. We got a bunch of potatoes to peel. Just gonna grab a pot for them. Because we like potatoes. Mashed potatoes. I'll probably have to get more potatoes for next weekend. We'll grab the carrots, roll them up. Carrots, potatoes. Like I said, I got corn in the one thing. I do have a turnip and I have a squash. Oops. A turnip and a squash, but my guys really don't like turnip. I do. I thought of making some salads, but yeah, if you're into that. What state? I'll be in Michigan for Thanksgiving in Fort Huron, and then I'll be in Fort Gratiot for New Year or for Christmas Eve. So we need. I have the tubular up there. It is. Oh, I forgot we need water too. Need some water to put in here so my potatoes don't turn black. Because is it one crumble top on what? Crumble top is on one of the apple pies. Got one that's 2 crust and one that's got just a crumble top because I use the other one out of the package to make my Make my pumpkin pie. We got lots of pie. And then tomorrow, next weekend, with leftover turkey and stuff, we'll be making a turkey pot pie. That's what our thing to make after we have turkey. I made chicken pot pie before too. Might have even done it live. I was making pot pie. I think I did. Sorry. I didn't get everything prepped like I should have. That should be enough to put in for now because take my phone out of my pocket so I don't sit on it. See, if I peel the potatoes now and put them in the water, I didn't grab a knife. Oh well, we'll just peel them first. I've lived in Port Huron before. Hello, Crystal. Just getting ready for Canadian Thanksgiving dinner. Actually, oh, I didn't grab my mouse. Oh, if I can reach it. Let's see, I'm trying to find. I did a picture of the menu for tonight. See if I can find it. That's not it. Come on. Show you what tonight's menu is. I said I'm going to have to buy more potatoes for pot pie. Probably. Okay. I'll put that down so I can see you guys. Over here, over to StreamYard. Share screen. Oops. There's tonight's menu. So we got the turkey in the oven. Let's put it in at 12:30. We have stuffing inside the turkey. So I make it like my mom used to. It's just bread I tore up and I put sage, salt, pepper, butter, some onion, stuff it in the bird. Mashed potatoes. So I'm working on peeling the potatoes now. I'll get them all cut up and put in the pot with the water, and then I'll just have to turn them on later, and I'll do the same with the carrots. Have gravy. I use my gravy mix. What do they call it? What do they call it? I use pesto. and the drippings from the bird, and I've taken the neck from the turkey. I got it in a little saucepan of water. It'll cook down a bit and give some flavor. I'll use some. If I remember, I use the potato water. Sometimes I quite often forget, so I just have to add a little water. But I just mash my potatoes with some butter, salt, and pepper, a little water or milk. Sometimes if my son does it, he puts some sour cream in there. Sometimes he's got done garlic mash, but I don't like garlic mashed potatoes with turkey. Sweet corn, I got the corn in, it's just canned. And it's in the Corningware pot, so I can just pop it in the microwave later. Glazed carrots. I'll be getting them prepped next, and then we got apple and pumpkin pie. I also have canned cranberry sauce. I like the Ocean Spray um, whole berry cranberry sauce, not the jellied stuff. I like to have some texture to it. One day I should make my own cranberry sauce. Or I watch all these homesteaders that make. Stop sharing. All these homesteaders that do their canning and make their own homemade cranberry sauce. I wish I had. Yeah, so going back to regrets. Selling the house because we did have a fruit cellar under the front porch. I could have done canning and more canning put under there because my mom and I used to do some. I haven't done any for a while, and I would like to. She does it. We did a peach preserve. We did. I do freezer jam for strawberry jam. Then we did homemade relish. It's a cucumber relish. It's really good. I've wanted to make that stuff for the last couple of years. Like I didn't have the time, or I didn't have the money to buy the stuff. So maybe next year. Have to find. No, they have a dark shelf up in the top of the pantry that I have some canned goods in there. I was given a bunch from a friend. I had another friend that for a long time, her and her husband made lots of jams. I have a really good one that she made. It's a carrot cake jam. I'd love to find a recipe to make that. You take a graham cracker, some cream cheese, and this carrot cake jam, and it was just like eating carrot cake. I wish I knew for sure how many people I had tonight. I thought it was going to be 1, 2, 3. Well, it was going to be 4 of us. Now it's going to be, I know for sure it's 5. Could be 6 or 7. I never know with who I call my adopted son. I don't know. I don't know what his plans were, and he didn't answer to my message, but sometimes he doesn't go on Messenger that for a while, but that's okay. I just like to figure out whether I'm going to set up a table here for dinner, or do I put the long table in the living room and where I can use the couch for extra chairs. The only thing I'm lacking is extra chairs. I can always use I have one that's fold out tables. It's at least 6 feet long, 6 or 8 feet long. The kids like using it for parties for beer pong. Which my son and his girlfriend are having a Halloween party, so look forward to seeing some. You'll see some videos of decorations around here at Halloween. There are some spooky ones, some creepy ones that they'll be coming out probably closer to the party, which is the weekend before Halloween, I believe. Since Halloween's on a Friday, you don't want to have it that night because you don't want people out partying late on Halloween night, especially the ones that have kids and stuff like that. So you never know. I'm not even sure who they invited. Quite often it's a bunch of their coworkers, a few other friends. Oh, throwing potato peels all over. I'm not a fan of peeling potatoes, but I don't want to wait till later till there's more people here to do it. Son's girlfriend helped with cleaning yesterday. Son helped with doing the pies earlier. Everybody's helping out. Now the smart thing, if I can get it to happen again, is getting my kids to do some of the dishes afterwards. If not, I'll get around to it. Wish we had a dishwasher. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that. And you clear that table, and then we sit around the living room and play games or whatever. Cramping myself.
Your new one? Man,
Yes, I took it out for you.
heck yeah. Your new belt too.
Yeah, it looks good. Smells good too.
I know. I was like sitting here, like, I'm hungry.
I must have smell-o-vision because Busby could smell it all the way to Kansas. I know it's Arkansas. That's a thought. That's a good thought. I should just be the one that's the first one to pick up their phone after dinner. I used to have a thing, I think I sold it in the yard sale. It was a little square tray. I painted it and it was like dinner time's family time. Put your phones here. And it worked for a short time. It's hit and miss. No, Nikki won't be here till later. Oh, that was Trevor. Yeah, like I said, we were gonna do this last night, but Trevor had to work the 4 to 11, so didn't want to do that and not let him have dinner with us. So. I don't hope he doesn't get scheduled to work Christmas. That's one thing. Their dispensary is open 365 days a year. One way he says like he doesn't want, he wouldn't care. He hasn't had to work Christmas yet. I don't know. One year he said he didn't care if he did, because we get up, we have breakfast, or we get gifts and breakfast, and then we kind of lays around for the day, Christmas Day, and then like this, I try to prep what I can ahead of time. But quite often Christmas, I will actually get them to do like the potatoes or something like that. But I figured I'd go live today and just chat while I'm prepping. I went on a pop-up live. Well, it wasn't really pop-up because I scheduled it last night, but it's kind of pop-up. It's not expected, not a normal live for me, but I'll put a bowl here to put my peels in. I'm piling up on the cutting board, so I have to clean off the cutting board before I can cut up that one. It's a big potato. Thanks, Crystal. Like I said, American Thanksgiving, I will actually be in the States. I will be at a friend's, if invited, because a couple days later, I will be going away for a week. And then Christmas Eve, my cousin is having a get-together with just family this year. Last couple of years, she's done family and friends and a big thing, and was just turned out to be too much, and then she's also leaving the end of December, 29th or 30th, to go back up to Nunavut. So usually she's done it a few days after Christmas, so that's a little too much for her to be doing and trying to pack up. She will be home. I think she said she leaves to come home on the 25th of this month. So probably, I think, barring any unforeseen weather problems. Oops, I dropped that piece on the floor. Barring any unforeseen weather problems coming home, she should be home on, I think, on the 27th. I'm not sure when her flight comes in yet. She will let me know, so a couple of weeks she'll be home. Then she's staying here for a few days because she has an appointment on the 4th of November. And then she'll be going over home and joining her husband, who lives in Fort Gratiot, which is just north of Port Huron. Kind of like a suburb. Yeah, growing up, I thought it was all Port Huron. I didn't know this Fort Gratiot stuff. Oh, you're closer to me? Did you actually get away after? No, you were going to leave the one day and you're glad you didn't. For Thanksgiving, I took off work for that Wednesday to Sunday because we grow in the sister. Did you find another job after you moved there? Danny, I didn't know that. It's getting the eyes and the bad spots out of the potatoes. A bunch of these I got at the mobile market, so. Yep, got there yesterday. Yeah, it's sad what that explosion is. I gotta get a knife, cut out these bad spots. Ugh. There we go, cords in the way. When I'm traveling in November, I do have a layover in Tennessee. Still trying to pack too. Yeah. I seen that on the news yesterday, the day before. It was 18, 19, something like that missing, and they haven't found any survivors. It's sad. It's scary though. I work in an explosives plant. We don't have explosive plants here, but we have a lot of chemical plants, and that's everybody that tuned in before, I think it was at 12:25 went off our sirens, which is usually for, once upon a time they were like air raid type sirens, but they're also, bad weather, or if we have an issue with chemical plants, we had to evacuate or something. Because God only knows the chemical plants. Busby said hi, Trev.
Huh?
Busby said hi to you.
Hi, Bubby.
He's just chilling today because not working. Yeah, that's kind of scary. I'm not going to get into that. anybody's ever Googled Chemical Valley, usually Sarnia will come up, or something about Sarnia will come up, and there's so many different chemical plants south of town here. I'm lucky there's been really no major incidents. No major. One plant, when my dad was a crane operator, and I remember when I was a kid, one of the plants he was working at had a chlorine leak. I think he ended up having to go to hospital, but he was fine. And then when Trevor was about a year old, I was working in a call center, 411, directory assistance call center that was south of town here and south of the chemical plants. And they had put such a great ventilation system on this call center. When Shell, Canada, had a hydrogen sulfide leak, yeah, our air system sucked it right into the building. And worse for the people that were working downstairs. They did the directory census for the 1-800 numbers. They took the worst of it. But anybody that had breathing issues ended up going to hospital. I was one of those because I had asthma, but I had a little wheeze before I got to the hospital, and they kept us there and on oxygen for a while, and then rechecked us, and if we were fine. And then we could either fight against Shell if you had money, or you could take a buyout. And I took the $500 buyout. It was pretty cheap, but for what we went through. But that one's clean. That's the one I had the potatoes in. You can put skins into that. Have you seen the Sarnia Facebook page? Which one I have? It's interesting. I almost missed that. There was one, I can't remember which Sarnia Facebook page it was, that had it was on a tanker, cargo ship. They were loading yachts onto the cargo ship. It was quite interesting to see boats on top of boats. My dad never operated anything on a crane on anything like that. He ended up retiring early. He had some vision issues and ended up having to retire early before he hurt somebody. I bet the comments were hilarious. I think that's the funniest thing to watch or read posts on Facebook. And this, the people that put just dumb, stupid comments. You got the haters and their comments. You got the gullible people that believe everything. Ugh. This one's a tough potato. Well, the other ones are ones I got from Mobile Market on Friday, so they're probably a little riper. One said that that's quite a long border to build a wall, and that'd be interesting trying to build it in the water. Yeah, 3,000 miles, the longest. What is that? Undefended border. Won't go any further than that. I know with all the government shutdowns, it's been a pain in the arse for the truckers going back and forth. One day it's clear, the next day that's trucks are all backed up here. It's like hit or miss. I don't have to go across the border until November 4th, so or not November 4th, probably later on the 4th, maybe the 5th. Which is quite all right with me. Four more potatoes. And then we'll get to the carrots. I just like prepping ahead, so I basically just have to turn things on. Turn on the potatoes before the turkey is ready to come out. And turn on the carrots. Make my gravy when I have all the turkey drippings ready. And the other thing I didn't buy any rolls or bread. So if anybody wants to dip the bread or dip bread in anything's going to have to. It's like a few slices up there. Oh well. If you want turkey sandwiches, you're going to have to pick up some more bread tomorrow because I had to use it for stuffing. I did get myself some bread. That's probably why I didn't buy any more bread because gluten-free bread is expensive. I was going to get the one I usually get. Well, but B and I got from Costco. Costco, it was on sale for 2 loaves for $13. I thought, I'll go to Walmart. So I think that's where I seen it cheaper. I think it was Superstore actually cheaper. So at Walmart, it was $9 something. You're paying $9 something for a loaf of bread. So I ended up, what I bought was almost $7 for a loaf of gray bread. Oh well. I want to have turkey sandwiches and not supper. I'll suffer enough from the stuffing. I did have one Christmas. My oldest ex-wife bought the box stuffing, like a stovetop thing, but only it was a gluten-free one. It wasn't bad, but I kind of like my stuffing better. And that was an interesting. What was Christmas? It was a Christmas. Things were a little tight, and she said, "Oh, I'll help out. I'll get some groceries. Well, this is what I need." And yeah, I think we ended up with box mashed potatoes and box this and box that. And I was like, thanks. Next time we'll figure something out or start picking up things way ahead. So she bought. I can pick up a turkey for you. She bought one of those turkey roll, butterball, turkey roll things. The box is like this big. Turkey roll was like this big. And I'm supposed to feed a family. Yeah. We had enough for a few slices of turkey. There was basically no leftovers stuff. She wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed. I can say that now that she's an ex. She was a princess. Divorced my oldest, and she moved to Germany to be with a guy. But whatever. You do you, boo. Hope it works out for you. She took the cats with her too, Misty and Mochi. I no longer have those grandkitties, but Nikki has a kitten that I haven't met yet, named Lucky. Lucky was found outside with his head stuck in stuck in some kind of pipe or something underneath the central air conditioning. Lucky to be alive. Yeah, no. She was special. I put somebody that wants to, a girlfriend or a wife or something of my kids or somebody I care for to be. Don't message me and bitch about my kid. Because when you say things, stupid things, Mama Bear comes out. And when I returned the message, she didn't like what my message was. And you guys know I'm pretty calm and cool. Most of the time. Just don't piss me off. Don't break my trust. People have found out. Break my trust, it's hard to get it back. Yeah, trust issues from the past, so. And I can only say I did that to somebody else, broke their trust, and that was hard to earn back. Lost potato, yay! These ones I bought at Walmart are tough as heck. They only had one kind that was loose. No, like, already had some potatoes. I didn't need to get a whole. No, there was another potato peel. I didn't want to get a whole other bag. Should have done it the way my Trevor does it. He gets the garbage can out and peels over the garbage can, but it needs to be emptied. And he said earlier it was stinky. So I've done these in the garbage can, and before supper we'll take it out to the garbage. I think it was the recycle truck that backed up there. I've seen me joke about and some of the my shorts about the landlords here. You know those tall recycle bins that the trucks pick up and dump. One time we had 5. Now we're down to 2. There's 16 units in this building. There's 16 in the building beside us. And I'm not sure the FAR building. FAR building has some that are separated into upper lower apartments. So we got 3 buildings. This building, between this building and the next building, there's 2 recycle bins. Between the next building and the FAR building, last time I counted, they were down to 4, but now they're up to 6. So how come they got 6? We have 2. These 2 were overflowing yesterday when I took recyclables out. Found a box and put stuff in, and I sat it on top. And then I found a paper bag to put other stuff in, and I sat on top of the other one, so it was overflowing. Because I didn't feel like walking down on the other end of that building to put them in the recycle bin. No. Now, 3 buildings, and we have between us 8 recycle bins and 2 dumpsters. And there was rules that we're not supposed to put out any bigs, like furniture, stuff like that. People don't read the rules. Sorry, just checking a message. So, potatoes are peeled. Might as well peel the carrots into this bowl. And then I can cut them up and put them in the pot. Some big arse carrots. That's free from the mobile market, so. That one doesn't look too great. Plus there's 3 left in this bag. Plus there's another bag this side. So let's see how far these go. I might do some more. I'm not gonna sweep out the floor. All the peels that I dropped. I'll just cut all the ends off first. Oops. Some of my friends are closing up trailers this weekend. Sure sign that cooler weather is coming. I'm not going to say the W word or the S word. As it did cool down this week here. Not too bad today, but we had a couple days. I know one or 2 nights it got down into the single digits. The one that day I got up, it was still 8 or 9 Celsius, so that's still pretty chilly. I'm so picky when it comes to carrots. I usually buy the ones that are like this size or smaller, not this size. Oh well. Free carrots are free carrots. Just really like a green ring. Like, that doesn't look appealing to me. We'll see how they go. See? So by the time I cut down that fine orange, might have to grab the other bag. We'll get these ones peeled first. See, now it's orange. Mostly orange. I guess it's probably maybe that they've grown that big that the I think it's got above the earth, and maybe the sun's hit it. You get the chlorophyll effect. Oh, here comes the garbage truck. Must be Monday. Surprisingly, they work on a holiday, but I think the only holiday the garbage takes off, or the recycles take off, are Christmas and New Year's. You'll hear a loud bang, surely. Or you may hear a loud bang. There we go. Boom. The lid to the garbage bin hitting. Yep, there's some more peelings on the floor. What do you, for my American friends, what do you guys usually do for, or have for Thanksgiving? I don't know what you guys do, but I might think you guys are watching football or stuff, but what's your favorite thing for Thanksgiving? And if you're watching on the replay, put in the comments. What's your favorite thing for Thanksgiving, or what do you do? Like I said, we used to, when I was growing up, the big thing was quite often Mom did dinner on Sunday, because Monday we would go to the Brigden Fair, which is the biggest county fair around here. Quite often I usually do Thanksgiving dinner on the Sunday, and just use the Monday to chill and have leftovers and stuff. But like I said, my youngest was working 4 to 11 last night, so. Eat, watch football, sleep. Welcome in, Scooby Snacks. Rutabaga mix with your mashed potatoes, and then make a green bean casserole. I like also to use white grape gravy. Interesting. Never tried that. Like I said, I'm lazy. I use Bisto to make my gravy. I prefer that there's one that's a poultry one that's not as dark. However, last time I did gravy, they didn't have any of the poultry ones, so that's what's in the cupboard. And it's over $5 a box now. It's like, well, this one will do. Probably have to get a new box for Christmas, but I would do probably gravy more often. Like my mom, when I was growing up, after church on Sunday, quite often she would put a roast in, and got roast beef and mashed potatoes and gravy and vegetables. And well, with the price of meat, I mean, throwing a flipping roast in every Sunday. I miss when, like, we do ground beef, we do like a steak or something once in a while, but I miss having like roast beef and stuff like that. We'll have to do that. We'll be doing it Christmas Eve. I did prime rib one year for Christmas Eve. That turned out pretty good. Just something different. My kids will eat roast beef. Like I said, Nikki growing up was my picky eater, so until they got a lot older, and then we'll actually try things now. A couple of years ago, I did a turnip at Christmas, and they tried it. It wasn't their favorite thing, but they tried it. But Nikki's not big on cured meat like ham, so unless it's just like a Sunday dinner or whatever dinner. Hello, Plus. Unless it's a Sunday dinner or fancy dinner, but we don't do ham around here. We used to, before my oldest, and it's now ex-wife, moved 30 minutes south of town. We used to have Sunday dinners quite often. That was our time. For a while, we had every Sunday, and then we kind of got down to once or twice a month. But then they moved it. We bought a house and moved 30 minutes south of town. Now the house is up for sale. Kind of a wasted effort, but oh well. You gotta let them live and learn. Hard as it is, but I had to do it too. I had to live and learn. I think I'm gonna have to get the other thing of carrots. I'm not gonna do the whole bag, but grab a handful of carrots of it. Because that's not gonna go too far. Some of those ones I got for free had some nasty spots on the side. When I was younger, I always peeled the carrot this way. I had a hard time. It wasn't until I was older and realized do this way, and it worked a lot better. Yeah, we have two peelers. We have this one and the other one, which Trevor calls a speed peeler. That's got the thing on going this way, the little, and he just goes whipping along. I'm a little slower. Okay, I'm gonna grab some more carrots, them things. Maybe pick up a couple peels off the floor. No. 3 peels there. Thought something spilled on the floor over there. She's got decorations that are bloody footprints. I thought something spilled on the floor. You know what? Maybe we'll do some broccoli too, because that big head is taking too much space in the fridge. Some special pens and for here, Thanksgiving. That's got a yucky spot. You tell who picked this one out. It wasn't Mom. Mom would pick out ones that have skinnier carrots. These are some. Hey, more crappy looking carrots. I have to peel the pieces of it. Oh well. You do what you gotta do. Like, ugh. That one's got a green ring too. Jeez. There goes another piece of carrot. I think I'm sweeping the floor after stuff prepped. The crop turkey's been almost an hour already. All right. Yeah, I think we're gonna do some broccoli too. I just do like steam my broccoli. I wonder if I still have that blue. I have a blue Tupperware thing that I steam vegetables in. Don't tell me you're sick or not coming or whatever. Sorry. Speak of Nikki. Nikki's on. Clear. What? Asking what time supper was. I never set a time. I said 5-ish. Could be a little after. See if they got any paper towels. Or maybe they can pick up some or something. That's not bad. Black Swan and the other just kind of delete Dark Swan. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks, Floss. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good day. Hope your appointment goes well. Bag of carrots you picked up.
Dear, you'll have to use a different one. One of the many.
You bring a part roll of paper towels. They also forgot to get paper towels, and it was on Nikki's grocery list. Well, I was going to go to Dollar Tree where I can get a big roll for, not a whole lot of money. I don't want to buy a huge big package of paper towels. Well, I'd love to, like the Costco size, but I don't have a place to store that, so I used to buy, something with a couple bigger rolls or something. And I didn't. I ran out of time. I just didn't get out to. And then, I didn't look at Walmart when I was there. There's some things I don't think of, but oh well. That's got a big spot in. Ugh. I am making a mess. Oh well. I'll have the peeling done after this carrot, and then I can just cut things up and put them in containers or pots or whatever. Potatoes are in a pot. I just have to rinse them off and then chop them up and put them back in some water. Yeah, nothing I thought of doing until seeing that my mother-in-law did that. She would get her potatoes ready ahead of time. As long as they're sitting in water, they're going to be fine. You just have to turn them on. Usually I've done like a marshmallow salad thing. Look, I did have a package of Jell-O. I thought about making some Jell-O, but Yeah, I got lazy last night after I made the pumpkin pie and I went, yeah, I don't feel like doing it now. Plus, until I took the turkey out, I didn't have room. All right. Let's dump the peelings here. That over. Up these peelings. On their bowl to wash. And a lovely little fruit fly. Where did he come from? All right. Need. Move that pot over. Let me see if I got the thing for the broccoli. I do. I have this Tupperware container with a little vented lid, and you just put a little bit of water in there. You can do it in like 3 minutes. Okay. Put the pistol back over there. I'm just going to take a peek at the turkey here. And if I can find where I put the oven mitt. Both oven mitts would be a smarter idea. Grab both handles. It's getting there. Maybe I'll miss by this oven. Smarter idea. I'm gonna take that rack down, move the rack down. I don't need these. I need a knife to chop with. I guess. And a pot. Pot to put the carrots in. If I go that way, I'm gonna run into a cord. Oh my goodness, there's bloody footprints everywhere. What do you usually do for Thanksgiving, Busby? You're still around? Start by chopping up the carrots and get them out of the way. Or maybe you told me already and I missed it. It was funny when Nikki was little. At up to about age of 3, would eat anything. And then suddenly would eat nothing. That was a challenge. I got a little bit older. And the only meat Nikki would eat was chicken fingers. It's okay. He would eat chicken fingers and would eat McDonald's hamburgers. That's the only hamburgers he'll eat. So I had to learn to make things with protein to hide the protein in it. So, and for school, couldn't have peanut butter sandwiches, which Nikki likes peanut butter. So Nikki had bagels and cream cheese a lot for school. I used to make, wouldn't eat eggs, but would eat French toast. I made French toast a lot. I made macaroni and cheese a lot to get, and I'm real macaroni. Homemade macaroni and cheese, not oh, he would eat the like chicken strips or chicken nuggets from that you buy at the grocery store and put in the oven. Or even if I made homemade ones, would eat those. But no, that's kind of gross. Although, I was doing keto, and sometimes I would have those that we stocked at McDonald's because it was the least amount of breading and stuff. And I don't like getting a burger without a bun on it. Trying to think what else. It's a challenge trying to cook for a picky eater. My heart goes out to other parents of picky eaters. It's funny, I know some adults that are picky eaters too, but when I grew up, my mom made me eat a little bit of everything that was on the table, whether I liked it or not. And that went for the whole family. My parents didn't really like peas, but I loved peas, so they would eat peas, but they expected me to eat stuff that they liked. That was quite often. Sorry for something noise. But one thing I hated was beets. I still want beets. My mom would open this can of beets. They were listed as Harvard beets. They were like a pickle or something. They were sweet, and they were little cube things. And she put a tablespoon size full on my plate, and I was expected to eat them. And I gagged on those things. I laughed at her because she'd be right there. So, you puke those up, and I'm going to cook the other can. Never did puke them up. Choked, gagged, whatever, but I got them down. Learned to eat things I didn't like while they were hot. Another funny one was, as a kid, I didn't like Kraft Dinner, or Kraft macaroni and cheese, I guess you guys call it. And one night, she didn't make it. I don't remember her making it that often, but one night she made it, and I looked at it, and I wouldn't eat it, and I wouldn't eat it. I wasn't allowed to get up from the table until I ate it. Well, they're cold by that point in time. I just figured if I sat there long enough, that I wouldn't have to eat them. She goes, okay. You can get up from the table. This is like 9 o'clock at night. You can get up from the table. We'll be there for breakfast. I choked down cold mac and cheese, so I learned from then on. And that and the beets. That stuff you don't like, eat it while it's hot. It tastes a whole lot better hot than it does cold. Then I was still living with my parents when I became an adult. And at that point, it's like, yeah, you can't make me eat this anymore. But that's one thing I've never cooked for my kids because I don't like it. Now, I know when Trevor was in his culinary program, they went to a place in Niagara-on-the-Lake. He had a beet salad. I was like, well, good for you. I guess through that and a program where they were trying different things. He likes food. And at one point in time, Nikki was going with a girl it kind of was at my in-laws because she lived the next street over. They were at my in-laws for dinner one night, and they had slow cooked a pork loin or something in like applesauce all day. And she shamed him into trying it. And I was like, oh, this isn't bad. So then Nikki started trying different things after that. Before he said, no, I don't like it. I don't like that. I don't like that. So the worst discovery made him depressed was he missed out on bacon all these years. You know, I thought that was funny. Yeah. But at least Nikki will now try something. And I've been doing more of that too lately. Like I've said other stuff I don't like. I didn't like it as a child, but they say your taste buds change. And the first cruise I went on, I did that. I was like, I'm going to try things. You know, there's all these different meals you can order. You know, they're made for you, and then you can go, okay, I can try this, or nope, don't. I tried it again, don't like it. But I did try some different things on the first cruise. I tried. I had crab cakes, and I hadn't had crab since it was probably a toddler. And I don't remember disliking them then because we were living in British Columbia, you know, right near the ocean and that. Friends, my parents would have, you know, not fish fries, but they go crab fishing and have a crab feast kind of thing. So I had crab cakes on the horizon. They were pretty good. I tried an alligator beignet. It's not bad. Tried. They had a wild boar slider. It was pretty good. It's like, why not? It's an appetizer. It's going to be one or two small things, so why not try it? I don't have any food allergies, so I wasn't afraid there. But I have an intolerance to gluten, and you know I play Russian roulette with that as much as I do with the lactose, but trying to stay away from gluten more. I was mostly gluten free for last year for a while, but you know, staying at my aunt's most days, and unless I go out and have gluten free bread here and gluten free bread there, or gluten free things here and there, it gets a little expensive. So yeah, I have had regular bread and regular pasta. But the second cruise went on, you know, talk to the menu person. So I went off the gluten-free menu on the second cruise. Wow, did that ever you know, cut down your options for food. So next cruise I go on, I'm just gonna go with a regular menu, and I can read the ingredients, or I tell you what's in it, or if it has a little bit of breading or something like that, it's not gonna be a big thing. I don't know why gluten-free stuff is so expensive either, BuzzFeed. A lot of it's made with either rice or corn or what's the other one? I've had some that are like chickpea pasta and stuff like that. It's not like those are real expensive. I don't know what. I found the cheapest gluten-free pasta is the Walmart brand. I got some penne and I got some spaghetti. So they're great value, gluten-free. And let's see. White rice flour, brown rice flour, corn, and quinoa. It's not like those are real expensive grains. Like, doesn't make sense, but oh well. That stuff, Great Value brand, is like $1.90 something a box. Catelli, No Frills are one of our other cheaper grocery stores. Nothing fancy over there, but they have the Catelli, and the Catelli is more expensive than the regular Catelli pasta. The Catelli gluten-free. And when they put the regular Catelli pasta on sale, the Catelli gluten-free rarely goes on sale. You know what's ridiculous here? How about gluten-free Oreos? Gluten-free Oreos in the States is $4 and at the most $4. We've got it for $3, I think, sometimes. Gluten-free Oreos here, you get one kind, just the plain, the regular single stuffed. That small package is, about the size of this, not as thick, about the size of this box. Of Oreos. Gluten-free Oreos here is $8 per box. Even with the exchange on the money, it's cheaper in the States. And you get a choice of the regular, the double stuff. I think they have the mint, and I think they had the golden ones last time was over. And it's like, that's ridiculous. Why is it? And they never go on sale. Gluten-free Oreos here never go on sale. So I will not pay $8 for gluten-free Oreos. So it comes down to meals like this. The only thing that has gluten in it is my stuffing. And that's what I will still stick with that regular stuffing. Because that's the other thing with gluten-free bread. It's hard to even make like French toast with it because the white rice flour, the bread will get almost mushy, kind of. Like, oh well. I need some water in this on the side. Here's my butt. Guess there'll be lots of cooked carrots too. But then I didn't do all of them, but enough. Don't want too much water. Alright. I'm going to drain the somewhat dirty water off the potatoes here. One thing with the dirty water, once the stuff goes to the top, it's easier to drain them. Alright, there's more water in there, and then I'll chop those up. Chop broccoli up. No, the stuffing is worth the gluten. Yeah, it is. And I'm really bad too when it comes to the stuffing because I'll have some tonight for dinner. I might have a little snack later. A little snack tomorrow, just take a handful out of the. Yeah, and that's the gluten and the carbs that put this all back on that I lost last year. get through Thanksgiving dinner, I'll cut back on the carbs again. One thing I would like to get back on keto, but I don't think it's going to happen. Just cut back on the carbs and watch what I'm eating. Oh, somebody said that. Pepperidge Farms. What is that? Is that a boxed one, Busby? Because that's one thing I'm not a fan of, is boxed stuffing. I've had stuff where they put box stuffing on top of it, like a crust or something like that. That's not bad, but and one lady I used to nanny for, she'd put apples, or she'd put cream mushroom soup and all these other things in there. And it's like, yeah, we should have apples and celery and cream mushroom soup. And it's like, I don't like all that stuff. Just give me plain bread, butter, salt, pepper, sage. That's the way my mom made an onion. So my mom, that's the way my mom made it. That's the way I like it. That's the way my kids like it. I don't think Nikki eats stuffing. Trevor does. Trevor's girlfriend Natalie does. I like it. So I try to make as much as I can. My phone by the way, so it's splash water on it. That's a box kind. Like that's what people like. That's fine. So the gluten-free stuff that stuffing that my son's ex bought. I was like, oops, drip of water on my leg. Yes, always make. I made homemade mac and cheese. I do put breadcrumbs on top. I don't know if I've made mac and cheese recently with gluten-free pasta. I don't know why I make macaroni salad. I make regular macaroni for them, and I make gluten-free macaroni for myself for pasta salad. I just got that gluten-free spaghetti. I should make some carbonara. It's good. Don't know if we have any Parmesan. Yeah. One of my first nanny jobs, she had a cookbook, and it was Fanny Farmer cookbook. And she made homemade mac and cheese recipe in there. And I learned from her how to make homemade mac and cheese. And that's what I make. I don't have to measure it and follow the recipe. I have the Fanny Farmer cookbook, but I always have extra cheese and put it on top, and then put some breadcrumbs on top of that. Which, I drink. Want to eat gluten-free bread often enough. Keep the crusts and stuff. And I have a little mesh bag. I do the same with a regular bread. If it's getting stale or whatever, I'll throw it in the mesh bag and let it dry out, and then throw it through the blender or the food processor and make my own breadcrumbs. Make my own gluten-free ones that way too. Which I haven't had a lot of gluten-free bread lately, so don't have any gluten-free breadcrumbs. I'm too cheap to buy them. Costs enough for the bread. I'm not paying extra for breadcrumbs. Or you could do gluten-free cracker crumbs. My mom used to do cracker crumbs on a lot of stuff too, instead of breadcrumbs. This is the mom who raised me, not my birth mom. mom who raised me has been gone since 2006. But a lot of the recipes I learned, or I love, are stuff she made, and then she learned from her mom, or her aunt, my great aunt, was a wonderful cook. I wish I had learned from that aunt how to make biscuits, because her biscuits were melt in your mouth all the time. Nothing better than a hot biscuit, the butter melting on it, just melted in your mouth. It's that flaky. Should have learned. Oh well. Just extra carbs I don't need, right? So one thing is potatoes are a lot easier to cut up than the carrots. Because they sharpened the knives too. If you let one day standing here. This girlfriend's trying to cut something, a nice word sharpened. I took the sharpener and sharpened all of them. This is the same with my aunts too. I need to get a sharpener for the knives. You got the sharpening steel. So I sharpened all her knives too. Learned that from watching my granddad and my dad sharpening knives on the long sharpening steel. Keep dripping water on me. The water, taking the potatoes out of the water there. Keep drawing water across my leg. I already had one shower today. I don't need another. So my hair looks like it's flat as heck. I'm gonna go fishing around in the water to find the whole potatoes. Take a couple whole potatoes out, then throw the chopped ones in on top. I move the mouse too. Sorry. Concentrating here, not chatting. More potatoes than I thought I peeled. Okay, that's. Oh, there's another small one. And then there's a big butt one. Oh, there's another small one. Peeled around in the water there that I got them all. Except for the big one. And I haven't got enough space on the cutting board for the big one. Crystal was talking about green bean casserole. My cousin quite often does that. I'll eat it, but it's not something I make. I don't know if my kids would be big fans. I don't know. Oh, Trevor. Trevor eats quite a bit of things. There are some things that aren't his favorite, even though he'll eat them if he's hungry enough. Put it that way. Never made my kids eat anything after being raised with it. Those times I wish I had. But, you know, they will learn for themselves. But But I wasn't one of those parents that ran a restaurant either. This is what's on the table. And I would sometimes cater to the not being a green bean casserole. There were some things that wasn't catering to them, but it was like, okay, am I prepared for a fight tonight or what? I'll just make something I know that they would eat. Especially when their dad left, it's like, okay, well, I don't want to fight with them, but you don't want to cater to them either. And then I went back to college when I went through nursing, and my kids spent a lot of times at my parents' house. Well, some days I didn't get done school until 5 or whatever. My kids were starving when they got home from school, so got to where my mom would prepare supper and feed the kids, and then I got to eat leftovers when I got done to go home. I like the French cut green beans, and I like fresh green beans. I just cut them or break them into small to bite-sized things, and then the fresh ones, and then I don't like them overcooked. Have some fresh ones from we have a place called Sunroof, which is kind of like, it's got good produce, like you would get at something like maybe a Whole Foods or something like that, but we had them the other night. My aunt cooked them, steamed them in a little steaming bag in the microwave, and they got overcooked. It seems I don't like my broccoli overcooked either. That's one thing my mother-in-law would tend to do was overcook broccoli. And I was like, yeah. I don't like broccoli much. I like a little bit of a bite to it still. I don't like it. I don't like it undercooked either. That's like raw. I like it just like it done just right. Yes, I'm a picky eater. I'll eat a variety of things, but they have to be cooked properly. Yes, when I go to other people's places to eat, I'll try a little bit of everything, unless there's something that is really a food that I detest. But rather than being rude and gagging on it or something, I was like, have a little bit. But you never know, your taste buds change, and you might just like it. I guess on the last cruise, I tried some new things too, because I had never tried Eggs Benedict. I tried Eggs Benedict. They're all right. But then the next day that we had a C-Day brunch, I tried the Huevos Rancheros. Oh, I prefer those over top of Eggs Benedict. So if I have a choice on a menu, I'll go Huevos Rancheros. Can't get past the smell of broccoli. Well, the other night we had broccoli and cauliflower. Well, I like cauliflower, but it has to be cooked to that perfect, not too much, not too little. And I like broccoli and cauliflower with salt, butter and salt on it. I don't need the cheese sauce. I don't like cheese sauce on everything. One thing I can't get past the smell of is like seafood. However, when I went to M25, Barrett from Gimpy Camper or the Gimpy Camper did a shrimp boil. Now, I didn't try the shrimp, but everything was cooked in the same pot. And I did try stuff that was in the same pot. I maybe should have tried one shrimp anyway, but there was sausage, there was sausage, corn, potatoes, onion. There's some eggs in there. I think I ate everything that was in there except for the shrimp. I don't have a seafood allergy, not that I know of. Like I ate crab on the horizon, no problem. However, the other part of it, goes, well, what if I have a shellfish allergy? But I ate crab, so that shouldn't be. But when it's stateside and I didn't take out travel insurance when I went over for N25, it's like you don't want to run into a problem. And very careful not to get hurt. Although I almost did fall. One day I was like, nope, can't fall, can't get hurt. That's one thing I gotta. That looked okay, but I got a spot on the other side of that one. Just want to make sure it didn't have a matching spot. Broccoli and tuna I can't do because of the smell. So yeah, I'm not a fish person, but I will eat canned tuna. And if it's like beer battered fish and chips, I will do haddock or halibut. I won't do cod. I'll do haddock or halibut. So who knows? Next month, when I go on a cruise, yes, I'm going on another cruise. I'm not going to go into it, why I'm going or how I'm going. But when I go on a cruise, I will probably try some new things. I will also eat a bunch of beef too. Because one thing I did on the horizon, I think 5 of the nights for dinner I had either steak or prime rib or beef tenderloin. Some of the cuts of beef that we don't do too often here. But can you put these carrots back in the...
Suppose I can do that.
It's hard to move the broccoli around, so I'm doing the broccoli too. Leftover pizza?
Ugh.
Leftover Domino's pizza?
Have a couple slices. Tie me over.
I haven't eaten anything yet. I don't think. Probably should. What was the voting? Oh, that's right.
Usually a good idea to consume food.
I'll just eat enough at dinner time to make up for calories that I didn't eat earlier in the day. I'm just listening to the sharp knife. Culinary opinion.
What?
Should I move the rack and put it down lower?
That should be fine.
Should be fine. It's only been in an hour and a half. It's been 4 to 5 hours. So.
I turned around, forgot I was on stream. I jump scared myself.
As long as you're not flashing yourself.
I was gonna scratch my nipple, but
Oh, come on.
no one's getting a free show.
Chris on Carnival Cruise Addict flashes his nipples.
Yeah.
For money.
Well, only if you get money. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm not flashing the nipples for money.
No, me. I'll do it.
Okay,
For money.
next cruise is on. What is on my Okay, so we got broccoli prepped, we got potatoes prepped, we got carrots prepped. Ugh. Got this big pot of potatoes. That was a wedding gift 30, what are we coming up on it? 32 years ago? From my ex's grandmother. From the best pot. And the one I put the carrots in was one we bought at the thrift store. We use it for camping, for LARP. Reheat stews and stuff in. Didn't pay attention till long time down the road. It's actually a Lagostina pot. It's got copper on the bottom. So let's see. Potatoes are prepped, carrots are prepped, corn's prepped, stuffing, turkey, gravy, pies are done. I took the Cool Whip out of the freezer, put it in the fridge. The ice cream is, I should move the ice cream out of that freezer because it'll be hard. Put it in the fridge freezer. Take it out of the deep freeze where it's like a brick. Take out a few slices of goat bread. Next here's the Tommy's each. No. He said nipple, yep. Hey. That would be January. Might be a little cold. So this is a gluten-free bread I bought that was like 6. It's called Little Northern Bakehouse. Oh, that pizza smells good. Yeah. Bought Domino's pizza last night. He works in the plaza. He's got Subway on one side of him and Domino's Pizza about 3 doors down. So at least if you need something for lunch or order a pizza and pick it up because Domino's is open late. Now what can I put my bread into so it doesn't go stale? Think. I normally would say a Ziploc bag, but I ran out of little ones. Oh, you got takeout containers? Or a takeout container. We save these takeout containers because they're good for, they make them lunches or whatever to take. All right, here's some bread for myself for supper. Next cruise-a-thon will be the week, or pardon me, it's Dreams in Motion, will be the weekend of January. On my calendar, on my phone. Nope, over calendar. October, November, December, January 16th. Evening of the 16th to the evening of the 17th. They're just doing another 24-hour thing. Could be a little could be 24 plus, but we're going to start at I think 6 or 7 on the Friday night, and then go through to Saturday evening around 6 or 7. But if we get a few extra for presenters, then we could go a little bit later, but we'll see. Times are going fast. Holy smokes. Two weeks. Oh. Their Halloween party is 2 weeks from this past Saturday, so just over a week. Well, I might go live that night when they're having their Halloween party because I usually hide in my room. Anyways. And then that's an online. My aunt has an online appointment on the 29th, and my cousin comes in on hopefully the 29th. Yeah, I'm just trying to think ahead. Yeah, 16th, 17th, did I say? So, and also they having a silent auction starting November 1st to the 10th. Check out the website to see information on that, or the Facebook page might have information on that. Okay, now that smelling that is making me hungry. Silent auction. We can be a little weird at times. We had a board meeting a week ago. We have our catch-up meeting coming up this Saturday. So more prep for that will be, for the silent auction will be discussed on that. I think Jen let out a couple hints. Maybe that was just to the board. But not really. Sneak peek was like partial or something. And I'm like, oh well. That's good smelling pizza. Domino's down there does make a gluten-free crust. But I think a small, I think it was a 16. It wasn't even that big. It's like dinner plate size. Was that medium? Small? Oh, it's a little bigger. It was, I think it was like $20. Yeah, nothing has topped the one that V and I had in Galveston before we went on the breeze last year. It's almost been a year since I've been to Texas. It's a year this week. What day? What day? It's the 17th. So 4 days from now, it'll be a year since I went to Texas. 17th, which is Tommy's birthday. River Styx. Let's say I missed it. I was live that day. I did live once we got into the Airbnb. Or not Airbnb, it was wasn't Verbo, Vacasa. If you haven't seen the tour, it's on. I did a video tour that I don't think it's too long of a video. Some things are under shorts, some things are under videos, but there's lots of videos of that. The only video I didn't get posted from last year from the breeze was, I should try again or try a different editing for, because the video ended up being too long to download. I had to somehow break it up or whatever. That's on my old computer, so hopefully we work here, or who works there, and it was a parade of flags of all the different countries, of all the different people that work on the cruise ships, or that Carnival cruise ship. It was really cool. That's one thing. Get to know, if you go on a cruise, get to know your crew. Like the entertainment people, got to know to talk to some of the what they call the playlist cast. Watched it was a little talk. It was two of the playlist cast, just kind of talking about working on the cruise ship and stuff, and got to learn where everybody was from. And it was USA, USA, UK, Argentina. What's the other country in the playlist cast? Philippines. She's in the playlist cast. And they are serving in the main dining room. This time we had 2 from the Philippines and 1 from Myanmar. The first cruise we had one from Indonesia, 1 from Peru, and 1 from India are serving. Didn't get to know the cast on that one. And our room stewards never really got to interact with. I didn't on the Breeze. I didn't even see our room steward. Did a couple times on Horizon, but really didn't get to talk to them much. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm still trying to figure out what to pack. I decide on something and then I change my mind. And then, do I need this much of that? No, not really, but I still got to get some treats to take with me, some snacks. Because I don't bring I usually take the chocolate bars that the Canadian package with the little chocolate bars. The Aero, Kit Kat, Coffee Crisp. Smarties is the other one that comes. Because our Smarties are different than your Smarties. Your what you call Smarties, we call Rockets. So, I don't think, something I missed on the Horizon. It had the cherry on top. The candy shop. There's a big variety of stuff. Plus they had ice cream thing. You could pick out the cookie, you could pick out the ice cream, and they made like a homemade ice cream sandwich. And I was going to go back and get one and never went back and got one. And cherry on top on the Breeze did not have the ice cream thing. I don't know. I don't think there's a candy place on the. I know this looks like a bake shop on the NCL Encore, but I don't know. I have to look a little deeper. But I'm gonna go 5 more minutes, and then I'm gonna wrap this up so I can find something to eat and do up the other dishes that I just dirtied. Maybe sweep the floor. But I will be back on Thursday. Who knows what I'm going to talk about? I haven't thought that far ahead. I need to get organized again. The following week. Halloween coming up the end of the month. What's coming up for that? That's the 30th. That would be the 23rd. We'll figure something out. We'll figure something out. I won't quiz you guys anymore on this month on warning signs. Or what was the other two? We might do some Halloween trivia the night before Halloween. Never know. I might come up with something else. Maybe we'll do pumpkin carving or something. I don't know. I'll have to come up with something Halloween. Maybe it'll pop up again, cooking something this month. We'll see. But I will do some shorts of the decorations because they're looking pretty cool. Oh no, there's stuff splattered on the wall in there. It's looking pretty gross. But Halloween is Natalie's favorite holiday, so I let her go nuts decorating. Then it has to come down early November. And then after Remembrance Day, Veterans Day, whatever, it's Veterans Day, you guys call it. The US calls it. After November 11th, then I'll decorate for Christmas. I'm going to have to do that pretty quick because I have to get it decorated before American Thanksgiving, or at least. Jeez, I gotta plan ahead. Well, maybe I'll talk tonight to, because Nikki's going away for a couple weeks too. Early November. We have to do the weekend in between and do our tree decorating. Anyways, I better really sit down and look at the calendar for November. Nikki's going down to Florida to meet up with some friends. So that'll be interesting. Don't think that Nikki has flown on a plane by themselves. I'm going to eat lunch. I'm going to have a snack or something to tide me over to. I did have some gluten-free cereal bars, but I ate them all in the last few days. I made some fat bombs. I might just throw a couple of those out. Or I might take one of those slices of bread and make something. I don't know. Great life. Listening to me ramble while I prep things. That's okay. I just felt like chatting with some friends. Thank you, Leslie. To everybody that came in, thank you very much for stopping by. Canadian friends watching this on the replay, happy Thanksgiving. Maybe I'll get a picture. Maybe I'll post some pictures and make a video of it, or some little shorts of what the table looks like, or whatever. I don't know. I think I might take that idea and set up in the living room and just put like a buffet on the table here. That might be a good idea. Then I don't have it. I'll have to look at the mess. Thanks for coming in, guys. We'll see you Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. And have a good one. Bye-bye for now.